Have you ever asked yourself, what am I still holding on to that is quietly holding me back? Maybe it's an old regret. Maybe it's a future expectation. Maybe it's the need to control how life unfolds. We grip so tightly, don't we? We grip our plans, our identities, our relationships, even our pain. We believe that if we hold on hard enough, we can make life bend to our will. That if we just push harder, strive longer, cling tighter, we'll finally feel safe. And yet, the more we cling, the more restless we become. The more we try to control, the more life slips through our fingers. Buddhism calls this tanha, craving, grasping, the thirst for permanence in a world where nothing stays the same. The Buddha taught that this grasping is the root of suffering, because no matter how tightly we hold on, everything changes. A relationship may end, a career may shift, the body may weaken, a loved one may pass away. It doesn't matter how fiercely we resist. The nature of life is anicca, impermanence. And when we fight impermanence, we don't just suffer, we exhaust ourselves. But here's the paradox. The strength we spend in holding on is the very strength that could set us free if we learned how to let go. Letting go is often misunderstood. It's seen as weakness, defeat, or passivity. Our culture teaches us to fight, to strive, to hold on at all costs. But the Buddha revealed a deeper truth. Letting go is not giving up, it is opening up. To let go is to release the illusion of control. To surrender is to stop fighting reality. To trust the flow of life is not to abandon your path, but to finally walk it without fear. Think of a clenched fist. When the hand is tight, it cannot hold anything new. But when it opens, it can receive, it can release, it can rest. This video is an invitation to explore the spiritual power of letting go. We'll walk together through the Buddha's teachings on non-attachment, anatta, on impermanence, on the courage of surrender. We'll look at why letting go feels so difficult and how it can become the strongest act of your life. We'll connect ancient wisdom with modern struggles, our need for certainty, our battles with control, our restless search for what's next. By the end of this video, you may begin to see that surrender is not weakness, it is the highest strength. And letting go is not losing, it is the beginning of peace. So take a breath, unclench your hands, loosen your shoulders, and open your heart. Because what you're about to discover is not just a teaching, it's a doorway into freedom. A doorway into a life that is no longer defined by how tightly you can hold on, but how deeply you can let go. Let's begin. 1. Why holding on creates suffering. The Buddha's very first teaching after his enlightenment was about the cause of suffering. He said it arises not because life is inherently cruel or punishing, but because of our attachment to what cannot last. When we hold tightly to pleasure, we suffer when it fades. When we cling to identity, we suffer when life changes us. When we grip control, we suffer when reality doesn't obey. Think about it. How much of your stress comes from resisting what is? We say, this shouldn't be happening. We say, I can't let this go. We say, if only things were different, then I could be at peace. But peace doesn't come from bending life to our will. Peace comes from aligning our will with life as it is. The Buddha compared this clinging to holding a burning coal. We think we're protecting ourselves by gripping it, but the tighter we hold, the more we burn. Attachment is not love. It is fear disguised as love. It's the fear of loss, the fear of change, the fear of not being enough without that thing we cling to. But here's the liberating truth. You are already whole. You don't need to cling to be complete. Letting go is not losing yourself. It's finding yourself beyond the layers of fear and control. 2. The art of surrender versus giving up. Now, let's be clear. Letting go is not the same as giving up. Giving up is resignation. It says, "This is hopeless. Nothing matters. I quit." Letting go is liberation. It says, "I trust life enough to release what I cannot control." One comes from despair, the other comes from wisdom. In Buddhism, this wisdom is called upekkha, equanimity, the calm acceptance of what is without clinging and without aversion. It's not indifference, it's not apathy, it's a steady heart in the middle of life's storms. The river doesn't stop flowing when it meets a rock. It surrenders not by giving up, but by moving around, by finding another path. And in that surrender, the river remains strong. So when we let go, we are not abandoning our lives, we are learning to move with them. This is why surrender is the strongest act, because it takes far more courage to release control than to tighten it. It takes deeper trust to float than to cling. Think of the lotus flower, a symbol so sacred in Buddhism. It doesn't force its bloom. It surrenders to the mud, the water, the sunlight. And in that surrender, it unfolds in its own perfect timing. So too with us. When we surrender, we don't shrink, we blossom. 3. Every day letting go. Now you may be asking, how do I actually let go? Letting go isn't something we do once. It's a daily practice, 1,000 small releases that add up to freedom. Here are some simple ways. Letting go of outcomes. Do your best in your work, your relationships, your goals, but release the grip on how it must turn out. When you cling to outcomes, you miss the present moment. When you trust the process, you find peace in the now. Letting go of stories. Our minds replay the past and project the future. We hold on to grudges, regrets, and what-ifs. But ask yourself, is this story serving me, or is it keeping me stuck? Sometimes peace begins the moment we stop telling ourselves the same old story. Letting go of control. Control is an illusion. You can influence life, but you can't command it. Try noticing where you grip the hardest and practice softening. Maybe it's in a relationship. Maybe it's in your work. Maybe it's in your self-image. Wherever it is, breathe into the tension and allow it to loosen. Letting go of comparison. The Buddha taught that envy and comparison are poisons. When we measure our lives against others, we suffer twice. Once from our own dissatisfaction, and once from forgetting our own unique path. Letting go here means trusting your timing, your journey, your unfolding. One of the most powerful practices in Buddhism is metta, loving kindness. It's a gentle release. Instead of holding on with fear, we soften with love. We wish ourselves and others well, even when we cannot control how things go. So letting go is not cold detachment. It's warm openness. It's saying, I don't have to grip you, life. I can hold you with love and release you with love too. When you practice these small acts of letting go, you'll notice something extraordinary. Your shoulders feel lighter, your breath feels deeper, your mind feels freer because you've stopped carrying what was never yours to carry. So far, we've seen why holding on creates suffering, how surrender is different from giving up, and how letting go can be woven into the fabric of daily life. But this is just the beginning, because letting go is not only about what we release, it's also about what we receive. When we let go of grasping, we make space for wisdom, for compassion, for peace. In the next part, we'll go deeper into this mystery. We'll explore how impermanence teaches us freedom, why our deepest growth happens in the empty spaces, and how letting go becomes the ultimate act of love for ourselves and for the world. So take another breath. Notice the tension you're holding right now, and just for this moment, see if you can let it go. 4. Impermanence as a teacher. At the heart of Buddhism lies a simple yet profound truth: anicca, impermanence. Nothing lasts, not the seasons, not the clouds, not even our very breath. Everything is in a state of change, and yet most of our suffering comes from pretending otherwise. We hold on to people as if they'll never leave. We cling to our youth as if our bodies won't age. We chase pleasure as if it will never fade. But when we deny impermanence, we set ourselves up for heartbreak. Imagine standing on the shore, trying to stop the waves from coming and going. Impossible, isn't it? The waves don't ask your permission. They rise, they fall, they return. The ocean teaches us. Life flows whether we accept it or not. Impermanence is not a threat, it's a gift, because without change, there would be no growth. Without endings, there would be no new beginnings. Without death, there would be no true appreciation of life. The Buddha said, "All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering." So how do we practice with impermanence? Start small. Notice a flower blooming in spring and fading by summer. Notice your thoughts rising and vanishing like clouds in the sky. Notice how your emotions shift. Sadness softens, joy comes and goes. When you see this clearly, you realize holding on is futile, but letting go is freedom. You can still love deeply, but you love with open hands. You can still dream boldly, but without chaining yourself to the outcome. You can still enjoy the sweetness of life, but without fearing when it changes. Impermanence becomes a teacher, not of despair, but of appreciation. It whispers, "This too shall pass," which means every difficulty is temporary, and every blessing is precious. When we align with this truth, surrender comes naturally. We don't resist the waves, we learn to surf them. 5. The spaciousness of letting go. What happens when we truly begin to let go? Something remarkable: spaciousness. Think of a room so cluttered with boxes and old furniture that you can hardly move. That's what our minds feel like when filled with attachments, resentments, and fears. But the moment you begin to clear even one corner, space appears. Light flows in. Breathing feels easier. This is what letting go does for the heart. It clears space. When you let go of resentment, you make space for forgiveness. When you let go of self-criticism, you make space for compassion. When you let go of control, you make space for trust. Buddhism teaches this through the practice of emptiness, not a void, but a vast openness where freedom can bloom. The Heart Sutra declares, "Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Meaning that when we let go of clinging to form, we discover the spaciousness that allows life to flow through us. Think of your breath. The inhale is important, yes, but without the exhale, there would be no space for the next breath. Letting go is that exhale. It creates room for life to continue. This spaciousness is not just a spiritual metaphor, it's deeply practical. When you're in a heated argument, notice how tight your chest feels. Notice the clutter of racing thoughts. Now imagine pausing, breathing, and letting go, just a little. Space appears. You can see the situation more clearly. You can respond instead of react, or think of grief. At first, it feels like the entire room of your heart is filled with pain. But slowly, through time and letting go, space opens. The grief is still there, but now there's also space for gratitude, for memory, even for joy. Letting go doesn't erase life, it expands it. It allows us to hold more, to hold both joy and sorrow, gain and loss, birth and death. And in that spacious holding, we discover strength we never knew we had. 6. Letting go as the ultimate act of love. Here's the paradox. Letting go isn't just about freedom for ourselves. It's also the highest form of love. Why? Because clinging is about control, but love is about freedom. When we cling to someone, we say, "You must stay, you must be this way, you must not change." But people do change, they grow, they leave, they pass away. To love while clinging is to love conditionally, but to love while letting go is to love unconditionally. The Buddha taught metta, loving kindness, as a boundless practice. Just as a mother would protect her only child at the risk of her own life, even so, let one cultivate a boundless heart toward all beings. Notice the word boundless. Real love has no chains, it flows freely. Think of the sun. It doesn't shine only when people deserve it. It shines because that is its nature. In the same way, love, when freed from clinging, becomes like sunlight, radiant, unconditional, steady. So letting go is not abandoning people. It is loving them enough to allow them to be who they are, not who we want them to be. It is also loving ourselves enough to not stay trapped in old wounds, regrets, or self-images. This is why surrender is so powerful. It doesn't shrink love, it expands it. It lets love move beyond the small self and become universal. When you practice this kind of letting go, you'll notice your compassion deepening, your relationships softening, your heart becoming more resilient. You'll discover that letting go is not the end of love. It is the doorway into its fullest expression. 7. Living the path of surrender. So how do we live surrender, not just as an idea, but as a way of being? It begins with practice. Meditation. Sit quietly, notice your breath. Watch thoughts come and go without clinging. Each exhale is a rehearsal in letting go. Mindfulness in daily life. When frustration arises, traffic, delays, disagreements, notice your resistance. Then, with a conscious breath, soften your grip. Gratitude. Every night, reflect on impermanence. What moments, however small, blessed you today? By noticing them, you honor their fleeting nature. Compassion. Practice letting go not only for yourself, but in service of others. Release harsh judgments. Release the need to always be right. Choose kindness over control. Surrender is not a one-time act. It's a rhythm. Like the tide, it comes, it goes, and it comes again. Some days it will feel effortless, other days impossible. But each time you return to it, you strengthen the heart. And slowly, life transforms. The storms still come, but they don't sink you. The losses still hurt, but they don't shatter you. The changes still arrive, but they don't terrify you, because you have discovered the power of letting go. So here we are. We began with the question, what if the strongest act isn't holding on, but letting go? And together, we've explored why. We've seen how clinging creates suffering and how surrender creates peace. We've seen impermanence as our teacher, spaciousness as our gift, and letting go as the ultimate act of love. This is the paradox of the spiritual life. The less we grasp, the more life opens. The less we control, the more free we become. The less we cling, the more deeply we love. And so I leave you with this reflection. What is one thing, just one, that you can let go of today? A worry, a regret, a judgment, a need to control. Breathe it out, release it, and notice the space that opens inside you. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to join our journey here on Mindfulness. Subscribe, share this video with someone who needs it, and continue walking this path of surrender together. Until next time, may you find peace in every breath and strength in every letting go.